Imagine I wiped away everything you know about trading. No charts, no indicators, no broker, no trading account, and I gave you one chance to start again from scratch. Where would you begin? Most people would say open a trading account. Some would say learn technical analysis. But if that's where you start, you're already making your first mistake. Because becoming a profitable trader has very little to do with finding the perfect market. So in this video, I'm going to show you where would I begin if I had to start all over again. Let's get started. Before we begin, if you are serious about learning trading the right way through discipline, risk management, and psychology, consider subscribing. Because I upload videos every day to help you become a better trader. Now let's begin. What exactly is trading? Because a lot of people use investing and trading as if they were the same thing, but they are not. Imagine you believe a company or an asset become more valuable over the next 5 to 10 years. You buy it and let the time do all the work. That's investing. But trading is different. A trader isn't trying to capture 5 years of growth, but he's trying to capture one momentum. And that momentum could last a few minutes to few hours to days. Here the goal isn't to own something forever, but the goal is to identify high probability opportunity and manage the risk and exit according to the plan. Now here is something every beginner needs to hear. Trading isn't a shortcut to financial freedom. It's a profession. Think about it. You cannot expect to become a surgeon upon watching few YouTube videos. Similarly, you cannot expect to become a pilot after reading few books. Yet every day, thousands of people open a trading account believing they will become a profitable within a week. The market doesn't reward excitement. It rewards discipline and above all, it rewards consistency. Now let's answer the question every beginner eventually asks. Which market should I trade? And here is the truth. There isn't one best market. If there is one, then everybody would be trading it. Instead, every market rewards different type of trader. The goal is similar, but the way you are playing it, that's completely different. Let's start with the one almost everyone hears about, the crypto. Crypto is probably the easiest market to enter. If you have an internet connection and a small amount of capital, you can start trading anywhere. It opens 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Price moves very fast here, which means profit and losses can come and go quickly. If you are disciplined, then crypto can be incredible market. But if you don't enjoy constant excitement and prefer something that's calmer, that's where our next market comes in, the gold. Whenever uncertainty increases, like an inflation, economic instability, geopolitical tension, gold becomes first priority. Compared to crypto, gold movements are usually more measured. The gold market rewards discipline and patience far more than excitement. And if you enjoy understanding the bigger picture, then gold can become a fascinating market to trade. Next one, the Forex. Trillions of dollars move through it every single day. Instead of trading companies, you are trading currencies one against another. The euro against the dollar, the pound against the yen, dollar against the rupees, etc. And unlike some markets, different currencies pairs have different personalities. Some move gently, while others can become extremely volatile around economic news. But maybe you don't want to trade currencies and you would rather trade overall economy itself. Then comes the stock indices. Whether it's S&P 500, FTSE, Nikkei, Nifty 50 or another index where you live, you are looking at the performance of the larger part of the market. Many traders love indices because they are highly liquid and well regulated. So if you enjoy following the economy or overall market sentiment, indices can become excellent places to learn. And finally, there is a market that's influenced by almost everything happening around the world, the crude oil. Crude oil isn't just another commodity, it's one of the world's most important resources. When economies grow, oil reacts. When conflicts happen, oil reacts. When demand changes, oil reacts. This is a market where headlines matter, politics matter, and even weather can matter. Because of that, oil can become very volatile in a very short period of time. So, which one is the best market? Crypto, gold, Forex, indices, oil? The answer is none of them. Because the best market isn't the one that's making biggest moves. It's the one you can understand, stay consistent with, and trade constantly without fighting your own emotions. But here is the interesting part. Open any chart and remove the name of an asset and you probably won't tell whether you are looking at the Bitcoin, gold, S&P 500, etc. And why? Because every market speaks the same language. Once you understand that language, you are learning one skill that works across all the markets. And that language built on these four things. This is where every trade should begin. When price keeps making higher highs and higher lows, the buyers are in control. When price starts making lower highs and lower lows, the sellers are in control. That's all the market structure is. It is simply asking one question. Who is currently winning the battle? But once you know the direction, another question appears. Where exactly should I enter? That's where the next building block comes in. The support and resistance. Think about your own life. There are places where you have visited before. Places where important things happen. And when you go back there, those memories comes back. Markets behave in a surprisingly similar way. Certain price levels have history. So when price returns, traders pay attention again. That's what support and resistance are really about. But here is the problem. Even if your analysis is perfect, you still won't win every trade. And that's exactly why the next principle matters more than the most beginners realize. Trading isn't about being right. It's about managing what happens when you are wrong. That's why you should decide your risk before entering any trades. You must know exactly where your stop loss goes and how much you are willing to lose. So you should stop asking how much can I make, instead start asking how much I am willing to lose if I wrong. But there is one problem. Our memory is terrible at remembering things. After 10 to 20 trades, can you honestly remember why you entered every single one? Probably not. This brings us to the fourth building block, the trading journal. If I could force every beginner to build one habit, it would be this: to keep a trading journal. Every trade you take should be recorded because the market isn't your biggest teacher. Your own history is. Without a journal, every mistake feels new. But with a journal, patterns starts to appearing. And once you can see those patterns, you can finally change them. Now you understand the language every market speaks. But one important question still remains. Out of all these markets, which one actually fits you? Because choosing the right market isn't about chasing the biggest returns. It's about choosing the environment where you can stay disciplined long enough to become consistently profitable. So instead of telling you what to trade, let me ask you 4 questions. Answer them honestly because your answers matter far more than mine. Let's start with something practical. How much money can you afford to put into trading? Notice I didn't ask how much money do you have. I asked how much can you afford to risk. These two are very different questions because trading with rent or borrowed money creates pressure, and pressure leads to emotional decisions. So the amount of capital you start with doesn't determine whether you will become profitable or not. It only determines how much flexibility you have. But the money isn't the only thing you bring into trading. You also bring your personality. Imagine your trade moves 10% against you in a single day. Do you calmly stick to your plan or do you start questioning everything? Because here is the truth. The market doesn't create emotions. It reveals them. Some people enjoy fast moving markets while others perform much better in slower and more structured environments. So your goal isn't to prove you are fearless, but to stay emotionally consistent. And speaking of consistency, let's talk about something most people completely underestimate. Not how much time you would like to have, but how much time you actually have. Because your lifestyle should influence your trading style, not the other side. If you are a working professional or a student or running a business, you probably don't need a strategy that demands watching charts every 5 minutes. That's one of the reasons I personally prefer swing trading. It allows me to spend more time planning and less time reacting. So the best one is the one you can repeat consistently. And finally, there is one question almost nobody asks. Trading isn't something you learn over a weekend. It is something you study for years. So ask yourself, what naturally keeps your attention? If you enjoy following technology and innovation, you might like crypto. If you like understanding economics and global events, Forex or indices may interest you. If you enjoy studying commodities and macroeconomic trends, gold and crude oil could be better fit. The point isn't to force yourself into a market just because someone said it's profitable. But the point is to choose a market that you enjoy learning about 6 years from now. Because curiosity creates consistency, and consistency builds skills. So by this point, you have chosen your market. You know how to read the language every market speaks. Now you might be wondering, what do I actually need to start trading? The answer is probably a lot less than social media has convinced you. So let me show you the only things I think every beginner actually needs. Everything starts with the chart. Not because the charts predict the future, but because they tell you the story what buyers and sellers have already done. Personally, I use TradingView. It is simple and reliable. The free version is more than enough for most of the beginners. Of course, reading the chart is one thing, actually placing the trades is another thing. For this, you need a broker or an exchange. My advice is simple. Choose a broker or an exchange that's properly regulated in your country. Don't choose it because someone promised a bonus. Choose reliability over excitement. Because when real money is involved, trust matters more than marketing. Now let's talk about something most beginners obsessed with. Whenever I meet a new traders, one of the most common questions they ask is which indicator is the most accurate. And honestly, I think that's the wrong question. Indicators don't predict the future. They organize information that's already on your chart. Personally, my analysis always starts with price action, and then only I look for indicators, especially 9 EMA and volume profile. And there is one last tool that isn't software. You can't buy it or you can download it, but it's probably the most valuable tool you will ever develop. Patience isn't something you purchase from the market, it is something you build. The market will always offer you another setup, another opportunity, but the beginners often feel like they have to trade always, simply because the market is open. But professionals don't think that way. Sometimes the highest quality decision in trading isn't taking good setup, but it's doing absolutely nothing. So waiting is part of the strategy that most beginners ignore. Now let's take a step back for a moment. When this video started, you were probably wondering which market to trade, but hopefully by now you have realized that was never the most important question. Because profitable traders are not separated by the market they choose. The market doesn't reward the person with most indicators or the person with biggest account. It rewards the trader who can repeat the good decisions over and over again. If you only remember one thing from this entire video, remember this. Your first goal isn't to make money, but to become a kind of trader who deserves to make money. If this video helped you understand trading a little better, I would love to hear from you which market are you planning to focus on. Leave it in the comments below. And if you want to learn trading in the right way, consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I will see you in the next video.